Welcome back to the deep dive.
If you're feeling a little bit of AI fatigue right now, or maybe even, AI confusion, you are absolutely not alone.
Oh, for sure.
It feels like every quarter, sometimes every single month, a major tech company drops a new world-beating frontier model.
hmm
We've got GPT-5, Llama 4, Claude 4, Gemini 2.5 Pro. It's a whole alphabet soup of acronyms and version numbers.
It is, and the capabilities change so fast that trying to pick the right tool for the right job, it just feels like guesswork.
It really does.
And for someone who is just trying to stay well-informed or, more practically trying to figure out which tool they should actually be using for their daily tasks, the noise level is just overwhelming. You hear about these fantastic benchmark scores and you think, great, but what does that actually mean for summarizing my 100-page client report?
Or for writing a niche Python script, or just checking a fact without spending an hour verifying where it came from.
And we know you, the learner, you need to cut through that noise. You don't just want a list of features. You want a strategic map.
And that is precisely our mission today. We've synthesized a specialized November 2025 comparative report that analyzes the 6 leading most critical AI tools out there right now.
So that's ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, Grok, and Llama.
That's them. We're going to clarify who they are, what they cost, and this is key. We're going to map out exactly which tool is the undisputed specialized best assistant for a specific use case.
So you can stop guessing.
You can stop guessing and start leveraging the right intelligence for your specific needs, whether that's research, coding, or, just pure context capacity.
And we're basing this entire deep dive on that single, really detailed comparison report. It gives us the latest version information, the true key features, not just the marketing copy.
Right.
The essential differences between free and paid access, and most importantly, the top real-world use cases for each one of these powerhouse contenders. This is your playbook for the current AI landscape.
It's an excellent strategic map for an environment that is rapidly moving beyond the age of the simple, one-size-fits-all chatbot.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Right.
So before we get to those highly specialized tools, we have to start where everyone else does.
With the big two.
With the 2 dominant ecosystems fighting for the throne, what the report calls the generalist giants, these are the biggest, most well-known, and most versatile players, emphasizing their model advancements and, crucially, their massive ecosystem integration. First up, the name that's basically synonymous with generative AI, ChatGPT from OpenAI.
ChatGPT is, it's still without question the state-of-the-art generalist. It's setting the pace for the entire industry.
Right.
The big news that really defined 2025 was that foundational shift to GPT-5. This model rolled out mid-year for paid users, but now it's the default model for all users.
Even people on the free tier.
Even those on the free tier, which means the baseline of performance for a free user today is dramatically higher than it was just a year ago.
That sounds incredibly generous. But the report, it calls out a key internal feature of GPT-5, this auto-switching system. So if they're giving us the core intelligence for free, where does the performance difference really kick in?
That's where the engineering brilliance and the monetization comes in. The auto-switching system is essentially dynamic intelligence management.
Okay.
It allows the model to intelligently blend the strengths of previous specialized models. So a high-speed, light variant for quick, factual Q&A, and then a deeper reasoning variant for complex problems. It's all under the GPT-5 umbrella.
I see.
For the free user, you get this core intelligence, but it's often defaulting to the fastest, most economical route.
So if I ask a simple question, I get a fast answer using a sort of lightweight path. But if I ask a complex multi-step logical question,
then the free tier might rush it. It could potentially hallucinate or at least give you a less robust answer.
okay, that makes sense.
And that leads us directly to the power user feature, the paid capability known as GPT-5 Thinking.
Thinking.
This is where you, the user, you buy back time and reliability.
What does that mean, buy back time? Like giving the AI a moment to ponder its life choices.
Kind of, yeah. When you're tackling genuinely complex, high-stakes tasks, say a multi-step financial logic problem, or a deep analysis of a dense document paid users can invoke these advanced reasoning modes.
You actually tell it to do that.
You are literally telling GPT-5 to think longer or think deeper. The key insight here is that you are buying not just speed, but time for the AI to perform internal review.
So it checks its own work.
It checks its own work, which dramatically reduces the hallucination rate on those mission-critical outputs.
Wow, that's a huge distinction. If accuracy is paramount, I mean, if you're generating content that affects your business or your career, that paid feature, that suddenly becomes mandatory, doesn't it?
It's not optional anymore, no. Precisely. Now, moving beyond just text, we have to talk about multimodality and coding.
Yeah.
This is where the ecosystem really shines. Paid users get deep access to GPT-4 Vision, allowing them to upload images, charts, photos, whatever, for really sophisticated analysis and interpretation.
And for the developers listening, the dedicated coding assistance through the specialized GPT-5 Codex model is a major draw, right?
Ooh, it's transformative. This is the engine that powers advanced data analysis, what we used to call code interpreter.
Right.
It lets the model write, debug, and this is the key part, execute actual Python code snippets within a secure, sandboxed environment.
So I could upload a CSV file of sales data.
And instead of just asking for a summary, you can ask it to perform regression analysis and plot the anomalies. The AI runs the code right there and shows you the results.
That's incredible.
The surveys confirm it. Coding assistance is one of the most popular work-related uses, sometimes over 14% of all usage. It's the definitive pair programmer on demand.
And their ecosystem lock-in's just immense, especially with this thing called projects.
Projects lets users upload documents and data PDFs, spreadsheets, data files, and work with them in an organized workspace.
So no more copy-pasting everything.
Exactly. You create a dedicated space where ChatGPT can summarize a massive PDF, cross-reference it with a spreadsheet, and hold the context between sessions.
And you combine that with web browsing, plugins, and creating your own custom GPTs.
And you see why ChatGPT remains the gold standard for customization and integration. It's a whole platform.
Okay, so let's go back to that monetization question. The free tier uses GPT-5, but it's capped. The paid tier unlocks everything. Is that $20 a month really worth it for the average power user? What's the true barrier for the free user?
It's the difference between a test drive and full ownership. The free tier has strict rate limits.
Meaning you run out of messages.
You run out of messages and you wait, sometimes for hours, for a refresh. You also get slower image generation and a smaller working context or memory length.
So it's fine for casual stuff.
It's great for casual conversations, but for professional, heavy, or sensitive tasks, the paid tier plus, pro, or enterprise, it's just mandatory.
So for ChatGPT Plus, that $20 a month plan, you are primarily paying for speed, reliability, and full access to those special tools.
Precisely. Unlimited chats, priority access so you get faster responses even during peak loads, and the full suite of tools. Advanced data analysis, expanded memory, and the ability to create and share those custom GPTs.
If your livelihood depends on AI assistance, Plus is the floor.
It's the floor. And for organizations dealing with highly sensitive data.
There's the enterprise tier.
Right. The enterprise tier offers maximum context windows for very long inputs, dedicated collaboration tools, and most importantly, enhanced data privacy.
Which means no training on your data by default.
Correct. And stringent security standards, like SOC 2 compliance.
Okay, for our audience who might not live and breathe compliance, what does SOC 2 compliance actually mean in simple terms?
It just means the company, in this case, OpenAI, has undergone a really rigorous audit by a third party to prove that their systems and controls are secure, confidential, and maintain data integrity.
So your legal department would demand that.
If you're handling confidential customer data or internal corporate secrets, your legal department demands SOC 2 compliance. It's really the gold standard for secure cloud services.
That makes sense. It's the versatile powerhouse. But performance, speed, and specialized features for serious work are locked behind that paywall.
That's the deal.
Now, let's pivot to their primary competitor, Google Gemini. So Google Gemini, leveraging that whole Google ecosystem, is the other generalist giant. But its strategy seems, fundamentally different from OpenAI's when it comes to the consumer.
Their strategy is pure scale and integration. The latest iteration is Gemini 2.5. The flagship model is 2.5 Pro, noted for world-class reasoning and coding ability.
Right.
They also offer the lighter, faster Flash versions for quick queries, and then there's the Deep Think mode, which is basically Google's answer to GPT-5's thinking.
So it gives it more time to reason through a problem.
Exactly. It allows for extended, deeper reasoning when a query is complex, much like taking an extra minute to solve a hard math problem.
But if we look at the report, what is the single most impressive, defining strength of Gemini 2.5 Pro that really sets it apart from GPT-5?
It is the sheer raw size of its context window. We were talking about a 1 million token context window.
A million.
A million, with stated plans to expand it to 2 million tokens in the near future.
A million tokens. Okay, can you put that into perspective for us? It's like Several large books worth of text.
Several large books or hundreds and hundreds of documents, all in a single prompt.
That sounds incredible. But what's the real-world performance trade-off there? Are we sacrificing speed for that massive memory?
That is the necessary trade-off, yeah. While the 1 million token capacity lets Gemini digest book-length inputs or lengthy multi-document context.
Like a legal brief plus all the emails about it.
Exactly. But it can certainly incur higher latency. The answer will take longer to generate, and it costs developers a lot more on the API side. But for the end user, the ability to maintain context over that huge volume is a revolutionary feature.
And the strength isn't just capacity, it's how they process information.
Correct. Google has invested heavily in robust reasoning. The models are built to think through problems step by step using internal chain of thought prompting.
So they don't just jump to conclusions.
They don't. And this approach demonstrably improves accuracy, particularly in math, science, and complex logical benchmarks.
And their multimodal advantage has to be unmatched. I mean, leveraging Google's expertise in handling all that image and video data.
Gemini is truly multimodal in the deepest sense. It handles text, images, audio, and the API confirms support for prompting with live video data.
Video data.
Think about that. You can upload a 30-minute internal webinar recording and ask Gemini to summarize the 3 key action items discussed in the last 10 minutes.
Wow, that capability goes way beyond just interpreting a static image.
It does. But for the everyday user, the deep Google integration is the true killer app.
The convenience factor.
It's the ultimate convenience factor. Because Gemini is natively connected to Google Search and the Knowledge Graph, it provides cited, up-to-date answers in real time.
Unlike models that are just stuck on their training data.
Exactly. If you ask about yesterday's major financial market movements, Gemini gives you a factual, sourced answer. And crucially, via Duet AI, that's Google's enterprise workspace subscription, it communicates directly with your professional life.
Summarizing Gmail threads, reading a Google Doc.
Pulling data into a sheet, it just integrates into your workflow seamlessly.
So let's hit the monetization question head on. How does Google's approach contrast with OpenAI's?
It's a complete inversion of the model. Google's consumer strategy is Gemini is free for regular users via the web and mobile apps.
So no subscription fee for just chatting with it.
Virtually no individual consumer subscription fee for the base chat experience, even if you're using the experimental Gemini Advanced mode, which often runs on that powerful 2.5 Pro model.
Wait. I can access a model with 1 million tokens of context and state-of-the-art multimodal features without a $20 a month charge.
That's the strategic difference. Google's aim is pure market penetration, to gather users and data by keeping the core product incredibly accessible. They're selling the convenience of having AI baked into the Google experience you already use.
So where does Google make its money then? Why build this amazing, expensive technology just to give it away?
Monetization is strictly enterprise and developer-focused. They generate revenue through the Google Cloud Vertex AI platform, where developers pay for API access based on token usage.
And the other way?
Second, they charge for the Duet AI subscription for businesses that want Gemini integrated into their workspace apps.
Ah, I see.
So if you're a heavy consumer user, you benefit from immense power without paying a dime. With ChatGPT, you start hitting rate limits or paywalls really quickly. Google just wants you to use it, fall in love with the convenience, and bring that preference into your company.
Where they can then monetize it via cloud or Duet AI subscriptions.
That's the long game.
That's a fascinating approach. So if I'm doing complex problem solving or coding, Gemini 2.5 Pro is a top contender.
Absolutely. The 1 million token context is critical for engineers reviewing or debugging truly massive projects, and its coding benchmarks are consistently world-class.
And for just general productivity, it's hard to beat because it links seamlessly to real-time search results and your own Gmail or Docs.
It's an instant, factual, cited, and up-to-date assistant. If efficiency across Google Workspace is your main goal, Gemini is the strategic choice.
And finally, those multimodal tasks, analyzing charts, generating images, or summarizing audio or video, Gemini's native ability to handle all of that gives it a significant edge.
If your job requires interpreting uploaded visuals or, extracting key points from a video clip, Gemini's true multimodality provides an unmatched advantage.
Okay, moving on from the generalist giants, we enter the world of specialization. The next 2 players are defined not by their, universal breadth or ecosystem, but by their laser focus on handling long-form content, ethical safety, and most importantly, source verification.
Yeah, these models fill really critical needs for professional use cases: legal, deep research, academic work, journalism, where raw capacity and unimpeachable credibility are the most important features.
And first up is Claude from Anthropic. It's quickly become known as maybe the most articulate and coherent model and a serious frontier contender. Which version are we talking about?
We're discussing Claude 4. The two main variants are Opus 4, which is the largest and most powerful, really optimized for intensive coding and autonomous tasks, and then Sonnet 4, which is optimized for speed.
But Sonnet is still really good.
Oh yeah, Sonnet 4 is still performing at a frontier level, and it's what Anthropic gives away in its free tier.
Claude's name is almost synonymous with its core differentiator, context length. So let's talk numbers again.
The hallmark feature is its highly stable 200,000 token context window in Claude Opus 4.1.
Okay, so Gemini's pushing 1 million, but 200K is still huge.
It is, and Claude's 200K is highly reliable and easily 4 times the capacity of many standard competitive models.
And why is that number, 200K, so important?
It means Claude can ingest truly massive amounts of text, up to several hundred pages, in one single query, without suffering from that lost-in-the-middle syndrome. It is the reigning champion for single-query document ingestion and deep comparison.
Give me a real-world example of where that capacity saves a professional user hours of work.
Okay, imagine you are a lawyer. You need to compare 2 versions of a 150-page legal contract, highlighting every change and summarizing the implications of those changes.
Right.
Or, as a business analyst, you might need to analyze 5 separate quarterly earnings call transcripts to find common themes. Claude handles that immense volume effortlessly, ensuring the AI maintains the context from the first page right through to the last. It just speeds up analysis dramatically.
Another key differentiator for Anthropic is their ethical framework, constitutional AI. It sounds a little complex. Can you break down what that means for the user?
It's groundbreaking. Constitutional AI is Anthropic's proprietary technique that emphasizes harmlessness and high safety standards. Think of it this way. General AIs are trained on general web data, which contains all the good, the bad, and the ugly of the internet.
Everything.
Constitutional AI means they use a secondary internal set of constitutional rules drawn from principles like, the U.S. Constitution or UN human rights principles to refine its behavior.
So they don't just teach it to answer. They teach it to answer ethically.
That's a great way to put it, exactly. This makes Claude inherently more steerable and reliable. The report states that Claude 4 is 65% less likely to produce disallowed content than earlier versions.
While also not refusing benign questions as much.
Right. It's 45% less likely to give unnecessary refusals. This focus makes Claude a favorite for enterprise integration where safety, quality, and ethical compliance are critical.
And their push into coding has been seriously aggressive.
Extremely aggressive. Anthropic even claims that Claude Opus 4 is the world's best coding model. They back this up with the companion tool, Claude Code, which integrates with development environments.
And the key concept there is this multi-hour agentic task. What does that mean?
A multi-hour task, yeah. Most AIs handle single prompts. Claude Code is designed to act as an agent that can read multiple files in a repository, suggest a complex refactoring edit over several files, handle the necessary changes, and continue working for an extended period.
So it's simulating a tireless coding assistant.
Pretty much. Its performance on software engineering benchmarks is truly top tier. So much so that major platforms like GitHub Copilot occasionally utilize Claude 4 on some backends for certain tasks.
That is a bold claim. World's best coding model. Doesn't ChatGPT's Codex or Gemini 2.5 Pro challenge that?
Oh, they absolutely do challenge it, and the benchmarks are constantly shifting. But Claude's edge, according to this report, comes from its long context window combined with its strong reasoning.
So when you're debugging a huge code base,
the ability to hold all those files in memory simultaneously gives Claude a strategic advantage over models that might lose context halfway through. If your task involves large-scale, multi-file code review, Claude is positioned to win.
So how generous is Claude's free tier then?
It's very capable. The free tier uses the powerful latest Sonnet 4 model, a frontier model in its own right, but you are capped on daily messages, and you don't get access to the extended thinking mode or that maximum context window.
But still good for long summaries and things like that.
Oh yeah, for high-quality text generation or generating long summaries, the free tier is very useful.
And the cost for professionals dealing with those massive documents.
The Pro subscription is around $20 a month, and that unlocks unlimited access, the full power of Opus 4, and those crucial extended reasoning modes. For professionals handling massive documents or requiring the absolute best coding results, the paid tier is necessary.
So if you have hundreds of pages of text, Claude is the go-to.
Unrivaled for deep document analysis.
And for advanced coding.
Particularly for large-scale refactoring or those multi-hour agentic tasks, Claude Opus 4 is best in class. And finally, for business communications, its detailed, coherent, and highly steerable output style, thanks to that constitutional AI, makes it excellent for drafting nuanced, formal reports.
A truly specialized powerhouse built for depth and responsibility. Okay, our second specialized contender is Perplexity AI, and this one is fundamentally different. It's not about building the best proprietary model, is it?
No, it's about providing the best, most verifiable answer. That's the crucial distinction. Perplexity is an answer engine, not a model creator.
So what's under the hood?
The platform dynamically uses the best available frontier models on the back end. Today, that might be GPT 4.1. Tomorrow, it might be Claude 4 Sonnet. And it intelligently augments them with live web search. The platform's value is in the execution, the synthesis, and most importantly, the verification process.
And the defining feature that sets Perplexity apart is trust and verification. I mean, it virtually eliminates the hallucination problem, which is a huge deal.
It maximizes credibility. The hallmark of Perplexity is that its answers are always cited. It provides concise AI-generated answers with clear footnotes linking directly to the specific sources.
The news articles, Wikipedia, official documents.
Exactly. For anyone in research, journalism, or education, this is just gold.
It is critical. I can't take an answer from ChatGPT at face value if I'm doing serious research. I have to go and double-check. Perplexity provides the source immediately.
That's the whole point. It's built for real-time web access, so you always get up-to-date information. And the interface even shows snippets from the sources it used, allowing for instant, one-click verification.
It minimizes the hallucination risk.
By anchoring the AI to verifiable data points.
Tell us about the premium agentic feature, Copilot mode, because this is where it moves beyond just a simple search.
Copilot mode transforms Perplexity into a true autonomous research assistant. For complex, multi-layered queries, say, compare the cybersecurity policies of the US, China, and the EU.
A huge topic.
Copilot acts as an agent. It actively asks you clarifying questions, breaks the main query down into subsearches, gathers information from various source results, and then synthesizes a comprehensive footnoted answer.
Does its automated, professional-grade research planning.
That's it. And for multimedia, they're expanding their input types for pro users as well.
Okay.
Yes, pro users can upload files, PDFs, text, even audio and video files, and have the AI query them.
So students could upload lecture recordings.
Or professionals reviewing internal meeting transcripts. They also integrated image generation using models like DALE3, making it a powerful, all-in-one research platform where the priority is always verifiable truth.
What's the freemium strategy here?
The free tier is excellent for unlimited basic searches with citations. If you just need a quick, verifiable fact, it is perfect.
But there's a catch.
There is. Free users are heavily limited on their access to the truly advanced models and the powerful agentic features. You only get 3 pro searches per day.
Only 3. So that's 3 uses of the best models like GPT 4.1 or the full Copilot mode.
Exactly. So if I'm a student writing a thesis or a journalist on deadline, that limit will stop me cold.
It absolutely will.
The pro tier at $20 a month is necessary for serious researchers. This unlocks unlimited access to the advanced models, unlimited Copilot queries, unlimited file uploads, and faster response times.
And there's a max tier too.
A max tier for about $200 a month for extremely heavy users like large research teams who require priority access and no hard limits.
So the ultimate use case here is clearly research and fact-checking with sources.
The report describes Perplexity as Stack Overflow plus Wikipedia plus Google combined. If you are a professional who absolutely must cite their source, whether for legal defense or academic rigor, Perplexity is the unrivaled choice.
And because of its conversational search nature, it's also fantastic for learning new, complex topics.
It turns exploration into an interactive, cited textbook experience, ensuring you get well-rounded answers supported by multiple cited perspectives rather than just one voice.
We've covered the giants and the specialized heavy hitters. Now we move to the edges of the AI landscape.
Yeah, the extremes.
The 2 specialized players that operate outside the typical large corporate structure and offer something radically different, either through sheer personality or radical openness.
This is where the strategies become highly distinct, catering to niche needs like real-time trend analysis or absolute data privacy and developer control.
First up, Grok from Elon Musk's XAI. It's been one of the fastest developing models, jumping to Grok 4, heavy being the flagship, by November 2025. What is Grok's unique and, frankly, aggressive selling proposition?
It's defined by two things: real-time X integration and personality.
Okay.
XAI claims Grok has the most real-time search capabilities of any AI model because it is directly connected to the live data firehose of X, formerly Twitter.
That's a huge competitive edge for breaking news and social media analysis that other models just cannot access instantly.
It creates a massive advantage in speed and specificity. If a major world event just happened or a new product was just announced, and you ask Grok about the general sentiment on X,
It could just tell you.
it can literally scan recent tweets and report that sentiment in real time. Other models rely on delayed web searches or cached content, but Grok has immediate access to the social media zeitgeist.
Making it invaluable for tracking public sentiment or breaking news as it unfolds.
Absolutely. And then there's the personality. Grok is marketed as truth-seeking with a rebellious streak.
A rebellious streak.
It was modeled after The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so it's witty, snarky, and notably less filtered than its competitors. It appeals to users who want a more candid or entertaining assistant.
One that's willing to tackle provocative questions where other corporate AIs might politely refuse.
Citing their safety guidelines, yeah.
Wait, but is rebellious really a feature an enterprise user needs? Doesn't that just mean it's less reliable for formal tasks? Where's the line between witty and just plain incorrect?
And that is the essential trade-off. The corporate safety AIs, like Claude, prioritize high steerability and formality. Grok prioritizes candor and entertainment.
So its answers feel less scripted.
Exactly, which is great for creative writing or brainstorming. But you're right, for highly formal, factual, or sensitive tasks, the built-in snark might mean it requires more human oversight than a reliable Claude opus. It's designed for the zeitgeist, not the boardroom.
They also have strong ecosystem lock-in here.
Grok is deeply integrated into X for premium users and has even been integrated into Tesla vehicles for in-car voice Q&A.
It's multimodal too.
It is. It offers image editing and an image generator called Aurora. For paid users, it functions as a comprehensive, always-connected assistant tied directly into the Musk ecosystem.
Let's discuss access. It sounds like Grok is strictly for the committed user.
It is positioned as a premium offering designed to drive subscriptions to X. Free access is highly limited.
Like a short trial.
Think short promotional trials, like 2 prompts every 2 hours. You can't rely on it for unlimited usage.
So you essentially have to be an X subscriber.
Yes. Full, unrestricted access requires the top tier, X Premium Plus Survivor, which is often around $40 a month, or the standalone Super Grok Heavy subscription for maximum power.
So it's not for the casual free user.
No, it's explicitly designed to monetize highly engaged users who crave that real-time, unfiltered insight.
So Grok is the champion for real-time trend analysis and conversational Q&A with personality.
If you need to know what's happening right now on social media, or if you want an AI that is genuinely entertaining, Grok is the specialized tool. You just have to accept the personality trade-off for the unparalleled speed and cultural relevance.
Okay, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum from Grok's premium lock-in, we have Meta's Llama, the champion of open source and developer control.
Llama is arguably the most consequential model for the future of AI outside of the large commercial cloud models. It's really the engine under the hood for countless independent projects worldwide.
And the latest release.
A Llama 4, with Maverick and Scout variants scaling up to a massive 2 trillion parameters at the high end, though the more accessible versions are smaller.
The defining difference here is the open availability. What does it mean that Meta releases the model weights for free?
Think of the model weights as the full recipe, the entire intellectual property needed to run the AI. Meta releases this for free under a community-friendly license.
So developers can just download it and run it on their own servers.
Or even high-end personal computers. It completely democratizes AI access, taking control out of the hands of the corporate cloud providers.
And the key benefit of running the model locally? It's not just about saving $20 a month, is it?
Not at all. It's about customization, privacy, and control, especially for highly regulated industries. Developers can fine-tune Llama on their proprietary sensitive data without reliance on Meta's API or cloud hosting.
So if I'm a lawyer analyzing confidential documents, a Llama is the ultimate solution.
It's the perfect example. Think of it this way. When you use ChatGPT, you send your confidential file to their cloud kitchen. When you use Llama, you download the entire kitchen, the appliances, the chef, the recipes, and you run it entirely in your own secured basement.
So your data never leaves.
Never. That level of control is non-negotiable for highly sensitive data in finance, healthcare, or government.
You mentioned that smaller versions can run on high-end PCs or smartphones using quantization techniques. What is quantization, and what does this mean for the end user?
Quantization is just a technique that shrinks the size and complexity of the model, allowing it to run efficiently on less powerful hardware, like a laptop or a modern smartphone.
Good mean.
For the end user, this translates to true offline AI assistance. A developer on a transcontinental flight can still get coding assistance and Q&A capabilities entirely without an internet connection.
That freedom and control is a massive draw.
For privacy advocates and hobbyists, for sure. And its global reach is noteworthy. Llama models excel in multilingual abilities. They are really robust in non-English domains.
So is Llama truly free?
The model itself is free. You pay no license fee to Meta. However, practical usage might incur substantial costs.
You have to run it somewhere.
Right. Running the large Llama models, especially the multi-hundred billion parameter versions, requires powerful, expensive GPUs or paid cloud hosting. So the cost is infrastructure and compute time, not licensing.
And for the consumer, they mostly encounter Llama indirectly.
Correct. Consumers access Llama for free via Meta's internal products like the Meta AI Assistant embedded in WhatsApp, Instagram, and Messenger.
So Llama is the top choice for developers building custom, cost-effective, domain-specific AI applications that require maximum privacy.
That's the primary use case. The ability to download the weights and fine-tune Llama on proprietary data is fundamental for companies seeking data sovereignty and cost control.
Okay, we've now covered the 6 leading AIs, and the complexity is clear. They are no longer interchangeable. We've seen that the best model isn't just the one with the highest benchmark score, it's the one specifically designed for your task.
Right.
The critical question now is, when should I use which one?
This is the strategic map we promised. We need to match the task to the tool's core strength, because using the wrong tool means wasting time, money, and potentially getting a lower quality or less reliable output.
Let's quickly review the key strengths and differentiators one last time before we get into the tasks.
Good idea. So for ChatGPT, it's general intelligence, coding, and ecosystem. Its differentiator is the custom GPTs and that thinking mode for reliability. The free tier is excellent, but capped.
Okay, Gemini.
Reasoning, Google integration, massive context. The key differentiator is that 1 million plus token context and native multimodal analysis, including video. And the free tier for consumers is incredibly full-featured.
Claude.
Long document analysis, safety, and advanced coding. It's got that 200K stable context window and constitutional AI. The free tier running Sonnet 4 is very capable for long summaries.
Perplexity.
Verified research, real-time search, citation, differentiator. Footnoted sources, and the Copilot research planner. The free tier is great for quick fact-finding, but you're limited to just 3 pro searches a day. Real-time trends, personality, entertainment. The differentiator is that live ex-Twitter data feed and its rebellious tone. But the free tier is highly limited. It really requires an X Premium Plus subscription.
And finally, Llama.
Customization, privacy, and open source. The model weights are open, it runs locally, and there's no license cost. The model is free, but your cost is the infrastructure to run it.
That table really confirms how specialized the landscape has become.
Oh,
Okay, let's walk through 7 specific real-world tasks and determine the optimal tool.
this is where we deliver the value. Let's do it.
Okay, task 1. Deep research on a legal contract. It's 150 pages long. You need to summarize key clauses, identify risks, and cross-reference multiple sections in one go.
The recommendation here is unequivocally Claude 4 Opus.
Because of the context window.
It's the context champion. The 200,000 token context window is specifically engineered for ingesting massive amounts of text in a single query without, losing the context. It can read the entire document, compare sections, and synthesize a detailed summary. It's the unrivaled choice.
Task 2. Writing and debugging a complex Python script. You need an AI to not just write the code, but to help you find errors and refactor large functions that span multiple files.
We have 2 top contenders here, Claude Opus 4 and ChatGPT Plus, using its advanced data analysis.
Why those 2?
Well, Claude is a strong choice because Anthropic claims it's the best coding model, capable of handling those multi-hour coding tasks. But For interactive use, ChatGPT's integrated advanced data analysis is excellent for executing and testing code snippets on the fly.
So you can see if it works right away.
Exactly. Gemini 2.5 Pro is a strong third option here due to its performance in coding benchmarks and its massive context for handling large code bases.
Okay. Task 3. Quickly fact-checking a claim found online and needing a citation. You must provide a source for credibility.
This is a mandatory recommendation for Perplexity AI.
No question.
Its core function is providing instant, sourced answers with footnotes. Unlike the generalists, Perplexity prioritizes source verification, making it ideal for homework, journalism, or any professional research where credibility matters most. It's purpose-built to solve that hallucination problem.
Task 4. Analyzing a photo or chart uploaded during a meeting or summarizing a short video clip, you need to quickly interpret the visual data and extract key insights.
The clear top choices are Google Gemini or ChatGPT Plus. Both offer strong multimodal input, but Gemini often has a slight edge because it was natively designed to handle images, audio, and its unique capability to process video data.
Its reasoning is great for visuals.
Exactly. It's exceptional for extracting insights from charts, graphs, or photographs provided on the fly.
Task 5. Tracking public sentiment on a breaking news event, say, a major tech launch in real time. You need to know what people are thinking and saying right now.
The only viable recommendation is Grok.
Because of that X integration.
Its unique and instant integration with live X data gives it immediate insight into trending discussions and social media buzz. If the answer needs to reflect the last 5 minutes of social discourse, Grok is the answer.
Task 6. Creating a custom AI chatbot for an internal company knowledge base where data privacy is critical. The proprietary data absolutely cannot leave the company server.
This is the ultimate use case for Llama. Since the model is open source, the company can download the weights, fine-tune Llama on its proprietary data, and host it locally on its own infrastructure.
In that secure basement we talked about.
Exactly. This guarantees maximum data privacy and eliminates those variable per-query API fees.
Okay, final one. Task 7. Drafting an executive summary of a business strategy document with a specific, formal, and highly nuanced tone. You need an AI that strictly adheres to complex stylistic instructions.
We recommend Claude 4 Sonnet or Opus or ChatGPT. Claude is specifically praised for its coherence, detailed output, and high adherence to complex instructions or tones.
It's very steerable.
That's the term high steerability, thanks to its constitutional AI framework. If you need the AI to act like a business consultant and maintain a very specific formal voice, Claude often nails it. ChatGPT is the generalist workhorse and an excellent second choice. So, to synthesize the strategic map we've created, the AI landscape has fully matured. It's moved away from a single general model.
It's all about specialization now.
We now see specialization. GPT-5 and Gemini dominate the general integrated ecosystem. Claude reigns supreme for document length and safety. Perplexity owns verified, cited research. Grok offers a unique real-time edge. And Llama provides the essential foundation for customization and privacy. You now have that strategic map to navigate these options.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me. The most powerful model based on raw benchmarks isn't always the best one. The best model is the one you can control, cite, or feed a massive amount of specific context to.
That's it. It's about leveraging the specialization to maximize efficiency and accuracy in your specific workflow.
Exactly.
And because models like Claude and Grok are increasingly incorporating specialized agents and deep thinking modes that handle multi-step planning and self-correction, we have to ask ourselves,
What's the next step?
should we think of these AIs as single, interchangeable entities? Or are we now dealing with AI teams? A diverse roster of specialists where the user's main job is simply choosing and managing the best leader for the task.
So we're not just users anymore, we're managers of an AI team. Deciding whether to call in the context expert like Claude or the fact-checker like Perplexity or the social media analyst like Grok. The power is no longer just in the parameters, it's in the orchestration.
That's the provocative question we leave you with today.
Go explore the sources we mentioned and start applying this targeted knowledge. Stop guessing and start leveraging the best assistant for the job.
Until the next deep dive, keep learning and keep building.